We the first. Hey, I'm gonna cut straight to the chase, yeah? In today's video, I'm gonna be helping you improve your credit score based off of my research and my experiences. I'm gonna show you how I went from, it was like a 260, but let's say like a 3 something, innit? It was like a 390. How I went from a 390 all the way to a 765 credit score, do you get? That's the multi-agency credit score, right? I've got my notes on my phone right now and I've just made a couple points. I'm just gonna use it to basically guide me to help you guys make the right decisions when trying to improve your credit score. The first thing I'm gonna say is don't apply for multiple credit cards at one time. Do you get? Now, this has happened to me before. There's a lot of times where you may apply to one credit card and they don't accept you. So then you try basically go apply to another one and another one and another one. That's not good. The reason that's not good is that's gonna go on your credit score. Why? There's a difference between checking your eligibility and applying for a credit card. Now, when you check your eligibility, it will do a soft check on your credit score, which basically it just does a minor search on basically what you got going on your credit account, on your account, innit? Now, when you actually genuinely apply, that's when it does a hard check, right? The hard check is basically when it goes into more detail and basically looks at everything on your credit account. I would say don't apply for multiple at once. If you get rejected, just leave it, because hard checks stay on your account for I think it's 6 months. So, and I think that your credit score will go down if you get 2 hard checks in like 6 months or something like that. So that's why I'm telling you not to. Always check, it's fine to check your eligibility, because that's not going to do much. A soft check doesn't do nothing to your credit score. Do you get? Moving on, the first point I want to make, with my own experience and my own research, monthly payment agencies such as like Klarna, ClearPay, all these other ones, they don't help you increase your credit score. Some people try to say, you know, some people might be shopping online, something's worth maybe £100 and they try to like pay it off monthly because they think it's gonna improve their credit score. It's not going to. Anytime you do things like that, they don't report that to the credit agencies. They only report it when you miss a payment. Get that in your head. They only report it when you miss a payment. So it's basically a lose-lose situation. If you pay off the money, it doesn't improve your credit score. They don't tell anyone. But then if you don't pay the money, they're basically gonna tell the agencies. So if you're trying to, it's fine to use that. It's fine to pay off your things monthly, but if you're doing it with the intention of improving your credit score, it's not going to work. I don't use things such as Lockbox to improve my credit score, and the reason I don't use it is because I don't believe in it. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Now, I know people that use it, and I don't think they've actually ever told me that it actually helped them increase their credit score. However, I can't be too sure on it. However, I just don't believe that things like Lockbox improve your credit score. You know what I'm saying? I just prefer the natural way of increasing it, which is obviously through credit cards, etc. Basically getting money out and paying it back. That's just a little disclaimer. You know what I'm saying? The third thing I want to let you know is whenever your credit score starts getting higher and higher, the credit card companies that rejected you before, they're gonna come back and start sending you emails. Now, I know this by experience, yeah. The first credit card that I got was a Capital One. That was like a low tier credit card. Now, right now I've got an Amex, but I got what's called, I had a Capital One as my first credit card. But before I got accepted for that credit card, I applied to like a couple others, like one called Vanquish. I applied to a bunch, but even till now, I keep on getting emails from Vanquish asking me to reapply. And obviously, they're sending me these emails. They weren't sending me this before, like when my credit score was still low. When there was a major increase in my credit score is when they started to, you know, contact me, asking me to reapply. Because why? At the end of the day, we're in a capitalist country. You're in the UK, in America, you know what I'm saying? These people want your money. They want you to borrow from them. Do you get? Because it benefits them. So whenever, obviously, when you're applying with a bad credit score, they don't trust you, so they're not going to take the risk. When they start seeing that your credit score is at a certain level, they're going to want to take you on now. And that's what I be getting now. So always make sure, but don't go back to it anymore, because Vanquish for me was like a low tier credit score. I mean, credit card company, right? So even though they're sending me emails to reapply, I'm not going to, because I'm already at like a high level now. I've got an Amex, so I don't need to use Vanquish. So just make sure you know that when your credit score is improving, the companies that rejected you are gonna keep on hitting you up. Fourth thing I wanna tell you, try to start with your low tier credit cards. Now, some people get lucky by applying straight for an Amex, which is like the higher tiered credit card, and getting accepted. However, it's very unlikely. So I'm gonna say for your first credit card, try go for a low tier credit card. Now, that can be, you can check that on Google really. Like, you know what I'm saying? Obviously I'm in the UK, it might, the low tiers over here could be different to the ones in America. So make sure you do your research online on the easier credit cards, like the ones for credit building, and try to, you know what I'm saying, apply for those ones or check your eligibility, because there's more of a chance of you getting accepted. Another thing I want you to know is different credit cards do different things. Some credit cards are good for cashback. Some of them are good for, I don't know, perks, you know, discounts on holidays, shopping, etc. Some of them are good for just credit building. Different credit cards have different specialities. So make sure when you're researching, you find the best one that caters to you. If you're someone that likes to travel a lot, make sure you use a credit card, you try to apply for a credit card that gives you discounts on flights or whatever, some things that's gonna benefit you. You get what I'm saying? One of the things that I hear a lot, which I don't think you should do, is spending over half of your balance of your credit card. Now me, I wouldn't use more than 30% of my credit card limit. So let's say for example, I've got a 1K credit card limit. I'm not gonna use more than £300, only because if you start using over 50%, you start using most of it, it kind of sends a message to the credit card companies. It kind of makes it look like you rely on the credit card. You get what I'm saying? I mean, you see me personally, I don't use my credit card when I don't have money. Like, I always use it knowing that I have the money to pay it back, because when you use a credit card knowing that you don't have money, that's when you start to panic when it's time to repay it. Then you miss the date, then they add interest. I don't pay interest because I always pay it off before. I pay it back before I'm meant to. So I've never paid no credit. I probably never will, just because I'm smart with my money. I don't need to pay interest on my credit card, because I'm only using that to build up my credit card, you know what I'm saying? I mean, to build up my credit score and for the perks. I'm not trying to actually lend money, like borrow money, and then have to pay like the minimum amount and then pay interest on top. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. So me personally, I wouldn't do that. Make sure that you're only using 30% and under of your credit card limit. Another thing I'm gonna say is, when you're applying for a credit card, they're gonna ask you if you wanna take a cash advance. Don't do that. Because basically, what a cash advance is, is basically an amount of money that they basically allow you to withdraw to use when they accept you. And that's basically a chat, because they're basically asking you, theoretically, do you need this credit card? Like, are you desperate? And you saying yes shows that you may not be reliable, because you should only be applying for a credit card because you want one, for a certain reason, not because you need money. A credit card is not free money, because you're gonna have to pay it back. Do you get? And the longer you take to pay it back, the more money you're gonna have to spend paying it back. So listen, take my word for it. Don't accept a cash advance when they offer it to you. If you need a cash advance, you shouldn't be applying for a credit card. Don't use or apply for a credit card in the hopes of making money that you're not gonna pay back, because you're gonna have to pay it back. That's the sad reality of it. It's not free money. You're just using someone else's money and paying it back. Always make sure you know that. One other thing that I'm gonna let you in on to help you increase your credit score is, you should be registered on the electoral roll. I don't know how it works in America, but in the UK, if you're over 18, that you're on the electoral roll. That basically means that you're basically registered to vote in elections. That always increases your credit score. Make sure that you're doing that. Things such as paying your own phone bills or just house bills as well, that also increases it as well. That also helps out. Another thing is, for people that don't have credit cards yet but want to get a head start or an advantage on other people, if you have a parent that owns a credit card and you're over the age of 18, in most instances, they should be able to put you as a registered, an authorized user on the credit card, basically. So they're basically responsible for all the money that you spend on the credit card, and basically all the history gets transferred to you. Even if it's a thing where they register you as an authorized user, and as soon as the card gets delivered, they cut it up straight away and they don't even give it to you. It's everything that they're doing is getting transferred over to you. So as long as your parent or whoever's allowing you to be the authorized user on their credit card is making payments on time and obviously building and doing good things with a credit card, you're gonna gain all the benefits. So that's like the biggest cheat method on how to improve a credit card. Basically, you're basically cherry picking off someone else's, all the good things that they've done. Basically, it's just getting transferred to you and you're basically benefiting from it, basically doing nothing. Obviously, that was just a short video, you know, just trying to help you out on how to improve your credit score and apply for credit cards. Just advice. That was just advice, you know what I'm saying? That's obviously everything that I've done. I've got an Amex right now, so I'm good, you know what I'm saying? Still trying to work my way up, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like in this day and age, credit is important, because that's what allows you to buy houses and whatnot. So I feel like there's nothing wrong, there's no disadvantage in trying to improve your credit score, you know what I'm saying? Always got to be at the top of your game, especially me as a man, do you get? So yeah, man, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any more questions, just hit me up. Follow me on IG, Bellzo the First. Basically all my socials, Bellzo the First everywhere. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you in the next video. One.
Why should people care?